Alrighty, ladies and gents. This one's been on my list for a long, long time. We have the Hyundai Excel Series at, of course, none other than Mount Panorama at Bathurst, Australia. So this comes from Motorsports TV. This will be linked down below in the description. Make sure to check it out. But yeah, I know nothing about this other than it looks like more of an entry-level, near factory spec racing series. So let's take a look. Should be a lot different than what we've seen so far on my channel here, on what I've seen at Mount Panorama.
Okay, well, I believe you will actually see...
and yes, they look like small, compact cars.
Okay,
a Hyundai Excel we don't have here in America. Of course, we have Hyundai, but I don't believe we have that model.
But what they've decided is just
we have Hyundai Elantras, they're called, and
give him a possible 30-second penalty.
I don't even remember what their smaller car is called. Hyundai Accent, I think.
Start on the front row then with Bywater there in position 3.
That's correct. So we'll have Cameron.
And they look near factory. It's got like factory-style dash, just got it inside, got a roll cage.
Okay, we'll have Brock Giblin
done up with a fun livery, right?
Brock Giblin in 6th.
This is what I love about Australia.
Camp, our only Tassie in the field.
Tons of different motorsports.
In 9th,
and you know,
and Matthew Broad.
I can guess right now. I think it'd be pretty straightforward to guess that these are, you know, front engine, 4 cylinders. That's what they sounded like lining up, and maybe even front wheel drive. I would definitely lean front wheel drive here, and that's different, right? It's going to make for some good racing. Don't be fooled by the lack of power. I imagine we're not going to see high speeds like we're used to with the muscle cars and the supercars and yada yada, but racing is good at all levels. This might be really competitive, and I tell you what, these would be just as fun in a different way. I would still like to take a lap around that beautiful track in one of these, because, you know, 4 cylinders are fun to rev out, you know, shift through the gears. It might lag a little bit going up the mountain. I would guess that. You know, we're dealing with a lot smaller tires, but I suppose the cars are light, so they're still going to handle decent.
Fantastic. Look at this. What a sight.
But I'd be worried about plowing into corners with the front-wheel drive, right? Front-wheel drive, in my opinion, is just so inferior to rear-wheel drive for control.
Just adding to the flair of the Excels here this morning. So it's Benny Bargwanna, Cam Bartholomew.
Looks like a lot of cars on the field.
54 Excels out there. It's like the World Championship of Excel racing here this
54.
morning about Panorama.
Okay.
Strap yourselves in and hold on.
See, that raises the stakes.
Absolutely cracking affair.
54 of these little cars out there. That's pretty intense.
You're going to be slipstreaming like you could not believe, going up and down the mountain. Won't be too far away from a start here, Bexy. Waiting on that green flag to wave, and then we're going to send them loose around Mount Panorama for 6.
I'm excited for this, guys.
Here we go.
This is something different.
Away, my friend.
Okay, so green flag has waved. We got the 5-second board now. What they will do, they will
leave your comments down below. What other series around Australia, New Zealand, that area, or honestly anything in the world you want me to react to. I'm trying to expand my motorsports coverage into not just the big names, but different things.
So they all seem to be spreading out down
like this.
Let's see how they go through turn 1.
Oh, look at that!
In behind, unfortunately, kept getting
Number 116 spun right out into the dirt.
Unfortunately, we've had carnage already.
Hey,
in turn number 1.
This is what you expect with 54 cars in the field.
Drivers right there, right midway through.
On a track with not much room, like on Panorama.
Precarious position if you can't get
the
that
mount.
car refired here and into a safer spot. In the process, though, Bartholomew has got the lead heading up.
That guy's race is done early, at least right now.
Just get shuffled back here as they turn it into Griffin's band.
That's right. We've got Asher Johnson coming in underneath him, going through Griffin's, and Adam Bywater.
All right, here we go around Griffins, like they said. Coming up on the rock.
He's gone from position 3 up to that 2nd spot now. Bargwanna looking down the inside of Bywater. That is a ballsy spot to try.
You can tell the speed difference. They are not going nearly as fast as what I'm used to. Even the legends, Peter Brock, Alan Moffat in the 70s were flying faster than these guys are. That's what it looks like anyway.
To greet the fans on top of Mount Panorama for the opening lap of 6 here at the
hate how that screen always does that. Just want to pause it, man. Look, this is interesting right here. I'm pretty sure my eyes aren't deceiving me here. If you can see my mouse cursor. Does this guy have a phone on his steering wheel? You know, amateur this series is that no Motec racing screen right here. We have a phone clipped onto the steering wheel, presumably with maybe some app showing race gauges. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe just his speed. That is interesting. I could be totally wrong and sound like an idiot right now, but I'm pretty sure that's a phone clipped to the steering wheel.
That's right, and as they come across the top, they're going to be in 4th gear, going as hard as they possibly can. Just over this hump just here, a lot of guys have been saying that some of the mid-pack will just lift off just slightly.
Look at the view up there. They're up there.
But I know a lot of the guys are talking about trying to drive it flat until Skyline.
Ooh, hear the tires screaming.
Protesting as they head down towards the dipper. We've spoken about coming down the mountain.
So yeah, they're nice and light.
Because there's a lot of weight over the front end of the car. It means the back end is going to be very, very light. So actually tipping these cars into this
you heard the announcer. Front heavy,
going to be very, very difficult.
light on the rear.
If
Going to have a lot of plowing, a lot of screeching in the tires. They're not big tires at all.
And watch this. Here we go.
How are they going to do on Conrad?
They're drafting, heading down Conrad Straight. So Johnston's going to look for the lead here. He stepped out of the draft already.
Wonder what speeds he's
Bartholomew has
hit.
taken the inside line. Drivers left going over the rise of Conrad Straight here. They're almost
maybe like
making
200 kilometers per hour?
rear to right
Something
front
like that.
contact coming down side by side, if you don't mind. And now the train on drivers left
Full
is going to get
throttle
the margin,
through the
as they're
chase,
side by side,
I would
putting the
assume.
kick near enough to 200 Ks.
I was right. Damn, I'm good. I was going to guess around 200 Ks, yep.
From Johnson, but Johnson came through. Slight little bit of contact with Bywater, and he's
which is pretty impressive for a little. I mean, I don't know what size engine we're dealing with here. Maybe a 1.8 liter, something like that. Whoa, did you hear that downshift? Woo! He had that little engine singing. Wonder what these red line at? Maybe 7,000, something like that.
Let's give you this margin. From first back to position 7, they're covered by 2 seconds. Incredible.
And this is the
ooh, into the dirt, over the curb, using all of the track.
So, what an opening lap for
I see the field separating a little bit, right? That's a big field, 54 cars. We saw a couple get taken out, like right here. Ooh, he got hit hard.
There it is, the
oh,
contact,
dang.
unfortunately had nowhere to go.
Let's see what happened here. He spun out that guy, and the white and red gets hit. Right there. Oh, shoot. That had to do some damage. Those tires are screaming for dear life.
Slot in right in behind him as well. Here we go.
Right here, you can hear the load on the engine. That's the only part the 4-cylinder going up the mountain would be. You would feel its weakness a little bit, right? It's going to feel that weight of going up. Whereas a V8 will just propel you up there.
And
seemingly with less issue.
Least wheel spin coming out of the cutting will get the better drive out of the corner.
That's been a huge talking point prior to the weekend as well. What drivers will do trying to get up the mountain. Have they been using second, or have some been trying to get up there in 3rd gear?
No, the word is that everybody's
yeah,
been
they're
using
talking about what gears to use. I would guess second. You're going to be in 3rd gear. You're going to be lugging hard and losing speed.
Yeah, they'd certainly be struggling trying to get up the mountain. They wouldn't be too bad going down the mountain, which they're about to get to at the moment. So the car's going across Brock's.
You know what? They're doing all right, though. They're carrying some good speed through there.
Johnston in second. He's a great young talent, isn't he, Asher Johnston? Really making a name for himself.
Especially get some heat in those tires. Get the car, you know, broken into the race.
Well, that's exactly
I could
right.
see them putting some decent lap times. I don't know what lap times we're dealing with. Maybe, I'm going to guess, blind guess, maybe like a 2:25, something like that. Lap time? That's what I would guess. 2:25 to 2:30.
Of course, those championships
2 minutes, 30
in
seconds.
2014 and 2016 as well. The trains are lining up, heading down Conrad Straight on the right-hand side of the screen. Drivers
But yeah, the
left,
field
you've
is
got
separated
Dan
quite a bit.
Wilson with Ben Barguana right in behind him. You've got Adam Bywater trying to have some help, but he's lost the help now on drivers right heading down Conrad Straight. Bartholomew's still the leader here at the moment. Johnston, if anything, now the top 2 have actually got, well, I say, 3 car lengths between themselves and that
Those
battle.
downshifts, man.
Number 3, cars getting the curve there on the
Giving it some good revs. Looks fun, though. I won't lie. These are not my favorite cars in the world, far from it. But man, I tell you what, I'd still take one around the track. I would be fun to throw around.
I almost say 4 wheels off the ground. He was that high in the air at this point right here. Almost
you can see the plow a little bit. They start leaning in it. It just doesn't have that follow through, right? It kind of plows into the turn.
And as you can see, the field. There's going to be battles all the
lot
way
of
through
wheel
the
spin.
field. So no matter where you are, you're going to have someone to fight with.
So let's keep you updated on this margin because it has not changed from 1st to 7th. The margin is still 1.9 seconds. So we've completed 2 laps of this race and it has not changed whatsoever.
And as they've been battling, what they've allowed is David Wood
Oop,
and
someone
I
touched
believe
the
Ross
dirt.
Street
Yep, they're using
to
the
actually
track
catch up
back
to that
there.
train now. So as
Field
they
is
keep
very
battling
spread
for
out, by the
lead,
way.
that
Very spread
train will
out.
get bigger and bigger and bigger.
So heading across
I like
the
seeing
rise
that,
now
though.
and up towards Griffin's
I
Bend
know
once again.
even the mighty
Still
Bathurst
the leader
1000
of Bartholomew from
has
Johnston,
done big
1-2
fields
right
before,
now. Wilson not too
big
far in
field of
arrears.
vehicles. It's
They're
just
getting
more
pretty close
exciting,
to
in
each
my
other
opinion,
heading
as a
out
NASCAR
of
fan,
Griffin's
right?
Bend there as well as they
You know,
fight for
NASCAR was
position.
always 43
Wilson now is starting to
cars
lead
on
this
the
lead
track
from the
for the
pack,
longest
moving
time. Of
forward
course, now it's
in
40,
race number 1.
usually.
The weekend is
But that's a good amount.
35.
Exactly. Cam
Makes
Wilson
for
has
some
definitely got a lot more
interesting,
experience than
scenarios.
the other guys around this track, so I think he's going to be using some of those wily tactics to just move forward. And I think he's going to be a very solid contender for the win this one.
So across
Who do you
the top
guys
of
think's
that
going to take this? I don't know how many laps it is.
Keeping in mind we've
I think it's only a few
completed-
laps.
well, we're on the 3rd lap at the moment, so we're not too far away from that half race distance right now.
Half race
Almost in a
distance,
bit of
so
a lull here at the moment as they come
maybe it's
across
about
the top
7
of
or
Mount Panorama.
8
We
laps.
say that with tongue in cheek because in just a moment it's going to go crazy again once they come down Conrod Straight. But that's going to be the critical aspect, isn't it? Because this is going to be a game of chess. Where do you want to position yourself on that final
Boy, I might
lap?
have to look at
You
some
know all
in-car
too well that there is going to
videos
be
of these.
a long line of cars behind you that will
It does
get a
look
great
fun
run
to
and collect
throw.
that
Oh,
one.
someone wrecked.
Looks
Holy
like we just had
smokes.
a car go around, or 2 cars go around on the way down the hill.
Yeah, not a good
But yeah, hearing
position
those
there either
engines
as well.
scream,
So
those
unfortunately, 2 cars
downshifts.
have come into contact
Oh,
at the exit
still
of the
looks
dipper.
fun,
That is
man.
in a very precarious, a very bad position. Unfortunately, there's more damage here at the moment as well. Is that for Brock Giblin? The left front on that car looks a little bit skew as well. The drivers and your leaders are coming down Conrod Straight at the moment. Those 2 cars, though, are
Yeah,
stuck
there's the
at
red and white. I was
dipper.
going to, when I asked who do you think's going to win, I'm leaning towards the red and white there. I think he'll catch that all-white car. Mr. Asher Johnston.
Still
I think
restarting
he's
green flag
gonna get it.
conditions at the moment. Green waving down into the chase. Just standing on the brakes there at the moment. Cam Bartholomew. Oh, just got it turned in there. In fact, he got
Yeah.
a lot of the curb, and safety car now is being called.
Oh,
as
safety
you would
car is
expect
coming
for
out.
that incident there.
I think there was an
at the
incident
dipper.
up
So,
on the dipper.
Well,
we'll
let's
reach
see
the
who we've
half-
missed.
Yeah, we'll reach the half race distance here in a moment, and it'll be interesting to see as to whether or not we get a resumption of play here, because dare I say that might take a little while to clean up there at the dipper. Might have even, was it Cam Wilson? I think,
Yeah, let's
Doesn't
see
look
this
like Cam
wreck.
Wilson's come through.
What happened?
in the number 1, and it might have even been half a chance that Benny Bargwana, because keeping in mind that they were fighting for position
someone hit the wall.
at the time, so
It looks like.
I want to play
Or
devil's advocate here for the moment. but
connected
it
with
might
the
be
car
Cam
in
Wilson and
front.
Ben Bargwana that got caught up.
Yeah,
Brock
oh.
Giblin had that left front damage there
They
as
kissed the
well.
wall pretty hard, too.
One thing we find is that the tyres do cool off quite quickly if you're not racing racing hard. The tyres that we use are the Federal 5905 RSRs, and big thank you to Federal for sponsoring our racing this weekend.
Federal
Kevin Rabbit has
RSRs.
jumped
I
on
wonder
the,
if those are street
hashtag
tires that you can
B6HR
buy at
this
your
morning.
local
On
tire
my
shop.
way to the Bathurst 6
Or if
hours
those are
into
actual
the
competition
radio show,
tires. Someone tell me down
this
below if
morning,
you
guys.
know.
I had to stop to watch the stream of the Excelathon this morning, and you're quite right, my friend. It has been
Look at that
absolute
paint
belter
job
so
on that
far.
one. That looks
Keep
like the
driving
old
up the mark, 'cause
BMW
we're
art
underneath,
car
the safety car up here at the moment.
from,
And
of
if
course,
you get here,
the GT
underneath
series
the
in Le
speed limit,
Mans.
of course, you might be able to make it towards the track in time to catch possibly, hopefully, a resumption of play with still
I'm sure
3
some of
laps to
these
go at the moment as the
liveries
field
are
trundle
reminiscent of other
underneath
famous
the
liveries too. I mean,
control
why not
of
have
the
fun with a
high-tech
small
Oz
series like
Toyota
this?
86 safety car right now.
Yes, and there's been lots of talk about what 55 Hyundais on a track is actually called. Okay, so we've got an Excelathon.
Yep.
Okay, I actually heard somebody the other day call it a salon of Excels.
John, I suppose you could probably go on about that for days. Look at the damage there. So that's been quite a
Yeah, that car
sizable
was,
impact by the looks. Cam Wilson
pretty
is
banged
the
up.
red car there. Ben Bargwana, the son of Jason Bargwana, the 2000 Bathurst winner, also stopped there.
That was funny, the little game they're playing under caution, right? What do you call 55 Excels on the track?
Damage on the
Excelathon, they said.
on the Cam
Saloon of
Wilson car.
Excels.
Yeah, that's
I like,
kind of a sizable hit, hasn't it?
It has. So
Accelerama.
hopefully
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. That's all I got.
400 Excels, I believe, are registered in Australia for racing. I mean, that is incredible, isn't it? But more to the point,
What did
I
he
think
say?
there, Bixie, is that for these Excels, yeah, exactly. Over 400 Excels, I believe, are registered
400.
in Australia for racing. I mean,
Nice.
that is incredible, isn't it? But more to the
400
point, I think
Excels
there, Bixie, is
registered
that for these
in
Excels,
Australia.
right now in the landscape of Australian motorsport, they're becoming more of a proving ground, aren't they, for youngsters that therefore also step onto bigger.
Keep those tires warm, buddy.
Well, that's exactly right. We've got
You got
we've
that
had
right.
a lot of guys coming from go-karting or other forms of motorsport.
Yeah.
That wanted to go to the circuit racing.
That's what I'm hearing from these
Great
announcers, guys,
cost-effective.
that
If
this
you
is
do damage,
definitely a
then they're not
proving
that
grounds
expensive to fix.
series.
So it gives the
A lot of
guys,
young
if
guns,
they do make a
right?
mistake, they're not looking at big budget
Coming
repairs.
from
So very
local
affordable.
tracks, coming from
very close
karting,
racing will then also get the driver
and
skills.
moving on into
And what we've got as we go through
little
the
Hyundai
6 hour
XL. Good
category,
series.
You know, definitely a lot of people involved.
I mean,
So it
hey,
looks like
if
we've
they're
just
racing
been
at
red
tracks like Mount
flagged.
Panorama, it's about as legit as it gets, right?
And final race
I'm going to go ahead and
the
skip
Hyundai
all this
XLs,
flag action
unfortunately,
here.
Coming to a halt here after the contact and the damage
Or,
and the debris
actually,
that is strewn across the racetrack.
we're at the end of the video. Maybe
at
they're not
the
going to show the
Dipper.
end.
So thank you very much to our flag marshals, of course, for their help here this weekend. No doubt many of them busy at the...
First of all, look at this beautiful view. Look at this beautiful track. Mount Panorama. What a great place. That's going to be it for this one because I'm not seeing any racing action later on. There's a red flag. Must have been pretty bad up there somewhere. So, yeah, we're gonna end it there. Yeah, guys, what did you think of that? Do you watch this on occasion? Maybe you know someone that's raced in this, or you've just attended one of these races in person. I thought it was very interesting. I love learning about new series, and as much as I love the big stars, the big raw V8 cars, the muscle cars, you know, the high dollar stuff, NASCAR, you know, what have you, I do like seeing this because your boy here does have a small history of amateur racing. I've been around our local speedway for my whole life, so I've always been around it. Made good connections there, of course. And, you know, I wouldn't call it like this, but I have done events where you can drive on a track multiple times. So I've driven on a couple different tracks. I've even driven at our local short track, my old 89 EF Civic. So it would have been a ED7, technically, for the American USDM spec. But yeah, it was a 1989 Honda Civic SI hatchback. Very, very fun car. Handled great. And yeah, I've raced that around on tracks before. I've, of course, been drag racing too at real drag racing tracks. So yeah, I have a little bit of racing history. Not saying I'm a racer by any means. Just saying that I love motorsports and that I've had a little history. And this would be fun for someone like me. I would love to try something like this out. Because of course we'd all love to drive a supercar or a NASCAR or an old Tirana A9X, you know, the all-stars, right? But yeah, this is cool. I liked this a lot. Like I said, guys, tell me what you think down below. Tell me some other series that you think maybe I don't know about. Something different like this. I would love to react to a lot more. I already have more on my list that I have not reacted to at all and that I know near nothing about. So always down for something like this. Remember, this came from Motorsports TV. Thank you to them. Check them out in the description down below. That was fun to watch. Leave a like on there for something different for the Excel-a-thon at Mount Panorama. Subscribe for more stuff like this. Of course, check the description for this original video and other ways you can help my channel. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.